talking points, VAR. We're going to talk about Forest. Any thoughts on that? I'd love to know what Everton fans feel, because I've seen on social media a game where Everton felt they were given. There were 2 penalties against Forest that they should have got. And again, you cannot be accusing the governing bodies that they are. I mean, careful, even biased.
You can't.
I mean, corrupt.
You can't. As a manager, right? As a manager,
you're going to make mistakes, right? It's incompetence.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So as a manager, you can go. I've done it. You go and you get interviewed after the game. You can say when you're raging as well. You can say, right, I thought the officials handled the game poorly. Yeah. I thought the first goal was never that was a foul. You can go through all that. The minute you say something like, we've had this ref before.
Yeah, you question integrity.
Once you start saying that, basically you're saying he cheats. He cheats against us. He doesn't like us. He doesn't give decisions. Once that's it. Yeah. You're getting a 10 grand fine.
Well, this, by the way, is not going away. This is only going to get bigger. And in the last couple of hours, Forest have put out another statement via social media, doubling down on their comments. There has been the Premier League have issued their statement as well. This has escalated quick. Let's go and speak to Steve-O, who is a Forest fan. The first caller of the evening. All right, Steve-O?
Evening, chaps. You all right?
I'm very well, Steve-O. Very well indeed. You ever put anything in the wrong place, Steve? Be careful when you answer that question.
Yeah, obviously I'm a Forest fan. I love my club. I'm passionate about my club.
No, he's not.
I'm not deluded. I'm not blind. But I tell you what, some of the decisions we've had this season are embarrassing. I think the free from yesterday, they are what they are.
That's the producer. That it's not us.
But can you explain to me how the 2 where our players are kicked in penalty areas, how it's not a foul?
No, I personally, I thought all 3 were penalties. If you look at the Man United game, who was it? Wan-Bissaka?
Wan-Bissaka.
They're exactly the same.
Yeah, he did.
One's a pen, and one doesn't get given. So obviously, all 3 of them could have been penalties. But I hear what you're saying. I think it's 12-2. I think someone worked it out. A Forest fan. I was listening on the radio today. He said that there's been 12 against us.
There is no doubt that Forest this season have had the rough end of some of the. There's no question of that. But then, so have Wolves. Wolves have had some tough decisions.
Yeah.
And the problem is the first 2, right, are subjective, in my opinion. Right, the first 2 are subjective. I happen to think that handball against Wan-Bissaka is pretty harsh. Personally, I think it's harsh. The distance the ball's travelled, I think it's a harsh decision to give a penalty.
It's their own fault.
But
the rules are a joke.
The rules are a joke. But what I will say to Steve-O is that last one, when Ashley Young goes through the back of him, on Callum, I think it was Callum, wasn't it? I don't think you can argue with that. Because he hasn't got the ball. I don't think you can argue with that one. So I'm going to give you that one. But Steve, just before we go to break, matey, how do you feel about your club going to social media, sending out a tweet like they did? How do you feel about that?
It's embarrassing. And as I put on the official post, what I'd rather we concentrated on, mate, is that we can't defend properly.
Yeah, that's another thing.
We've conceded 22 goals this season from set pieces.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
No.
So as much as the Premier League are taking points off us and Everton, which can I be honest and cynical, I think it's just to make the relegation fight more interesting, to be fair.
No one's done that, Steve. They're not doing that, are they? It's interesting.
No. But
do you know what's put that seed in your mind? Do you know who's put the seed in your mind that things aren't right? Mike Dean. Mike Dean admitting that he was looking after his mate. Well, I've managed 5-6 teams. Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Steve-O. Good luck.
I never thought the referees ever done anything like that.
No.
I'm looking after. I didn't call him to watch the screen because I was looking after my mate who's having a bad day.
Yeah.
So that comment Mike made, and apparently, I met him once, but Mike's a decent bloke.
You were slacking him off in this green room.
But no, but
tell everyone what you were saying about Mike Dean earlier.
I wasn't.
You.
No, I know he shouldn't have done. He shouldn't have said what he said because he's planted the seed in everyone's minds that the refs are not doing things properly.
Get the calls in, gang.
They don't cheat, I don't think.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.